Ma'am, would you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you shall give will be the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Could you please state your name and your home address for the record, please?
Lillian.
Go ahead and give your name and then stop.
Lillian Velma Folley.
Okay. And what was your job at ORMC?
I was an RN case manager.
We have the tape recording that was produced by your counsel, and I'm going to play it and then ask you some questions about it.
You're welcome.
Protective Services, John.
John, hi, this is Lillian in the emergency department. I've got a situation I need someone to come over here about right away.
Over here where?
The emergency department.
Where in the ER?
Room 22.
Room 22?
Mm-hmm.
And your name?
Lillian.
What's the problem?
There is a man in there that is... He's kissing his mother. He's French kissing his mother. She's nearly comatose, and she's in her 70s. She came here from a nursing home, and he's laying on top of her, kissing her.
Okay, I'll send somebody over.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Okay. Let me ask you first of all, is that your voice on the tape?
Honestly, I don't know. It's so muffled and jumbled. That could be, I don't know. I believe that it's me.
Okay. Do you recall calling security and using words to that effect, words similar to those that are used on this tape?
Yes, I do.
Where did you get the information that Mr. DeStefano was lying on top of his mother that you stated in the tape?
From the nurse.
Do you recall who that nurse was that contacted you?
I remember it was his nurse, but specifically which nurse, no.
You said
I didn't.
His nurse?
Or her nurse.
Her nurse. Okay,
Yeah.
but you don't remember?
No.
If I tell
Without
you,
looking at the note, I wouldn't have.
Okay, if I tell you it was Kelly Pipkin, that doesn't refresh your recollection at all?
No.
Okay.
In September of 1999, were you an employee of Orlando Regional Medical Center?
Yes, sir.
And you recall in September of 1999 that Carolina DeStefano was a patient in the emergency room at ORMC.
I recall that I took care of that patient.
You didn't tell the police that Mr. DeStefano was lying in bed with his mother?
No, sir.
You didn't tell the police Mr. DeStefano was lying on top of his mother?
No, sir.
You never told Lillian Folley that Mr. DeStefano was lying on top of his mother either, did you?
Not that I recall, no, sir.
Do you recall Mr. DeStefano lying on top of his mother?
No, sir.
Okay. Are you sure now that Kelly also told you, or whatever nurse it was told you, that she saw Mr. DeStefano lying on top of his mother?
I have nothing to add.
Okay. Let me play this again and ask if right after you went and made this phone call, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Protective Services, John.
John, hi, this is Lillian in the emergency department. I've got a situation I need someone to come over here about right away.
Over here where?
The emergency department.
Where in the ER?
Room 22.
Room 22?
Mm-hmm.
And your name?
Lillian.
What's the problem?
There is a man in there that is... He's kissing his mother. He's French kissing his mother. She's nearly comatose, and she's in her 70s. She came here from a nursing home, and he's laying on top of her, kissing her.
Okay, I'll send somebody over.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Do you recall if you made that phone call immediately after Kelly Pipkin talking to you?
I don't specifically recall.
Okay. Strike that. I want you to assume that Kelly Pipkin has testified in this case that she did not witness Larry DeStefano lying on top of his mother. Do you know where else you could have gained that information from?
I don't have specific recollection.
All right, let's take a look now at the Ancillary Services Progress Notes. Can you read for me what you wrote there?
For telephone call to Sunbelt SNF, Rachel RN, nursing supervisor, patient's son was witnessed lying on top of the patient, kissing her with his mouth open, quote, in a way a son would not kiss his mother, unquote.
Okay, let's stop right there. You wrote per telephone call to Sunbelt, and at that time, Rachel RN, nursing supervisor, told you that the patient's son was witnessed lying on top of the patient, kissing her with his mouth open in a way a son would not kiss his mother. Correct?
Yes.
Rachel became very upset. She was yelling and screaming at me. Mary Thornton came to me and showed me what she has written. She said, "This is what I wrote," and this is what. And then Rachel comes back and says, "This is what I want you to write now." And that's when she told me what I had to do in regards to writing the late entries. They were hovering over me, basically.
Would you read that entry to the jury, please?
Nurse went in patient's room to deliver meal to patient and found patient's son lying on top of patient and kissing her repeatedly on patient's mouth. Patient's son stopped kissing her when he saw nurse entering the room. This is what Mary Thornton and Rachel Bean told me to document.
Okay, they told you exactly what to write?
Yes, they did. Exactly what to write.
They dictated it to you, basically?
Yes, they did.
Who was doing the talking? Who was telling you exactly what to write?
Rachel Bean.
Okay. And she dictated this word for word?
Yes, she did. She was hovering over me, literally hovering over me.
Would you agree with me that you had the telephone conference with Rachel Bean prior to Kelly Pipkin coming to you and saying that she witnessed Mr. DiStefano kissing his mother on the lips with his mouth open?
I have nothing to add.
Well, it says, following this phone conversation with Rachel RN, I returned to the nursing station where Kelly Pipkin RN reported witnessing the son kissing his mother, etc., etc.
Yes.
So, does that mean to you that you first spoke with Rachel Bean and then you had the conversation with Kelly Pipkin?
Yes.
Okay.